Hello and welcome to this emergency and surprise Facebook Live here with Will's fifth quarter special. I'm your host and creator of this show you enjoy when the fourth quarter buzzer sounds at the end of a sports game. It's Will Farlow here when we're talking all things Chicago Bulls as there was breaking news very late last night. So while our heads are all hitting the pillows during this crazy COVID-19 quarantine, we get breaking news from Adrian Wojnarowski over at ESPN and the reporters of the Chicago sports media that the Chicago Bulls have hired a new executive vice president of basketball operations, the now former GM of the Denver Nuggets, Lithuanian native Arturas Karnisovas, is now the new executive VP of the Chicago Bulls. So definitely some exciting things going on. If you're a Bulls fan, a lot of people have waited a long time for this. The end of the Gar-Pax era is nearing, and that's beginning with this move. And if you head over to willsfifthquarterspecial.com, we have all kinds of opinions and takes that I gave about the move and what it could do for the team, what's going to be next, all in our new blog post about the hiring by the Chicago Bulls of Karnisovas. So head to willsfifthquarterspecial.com and our webpage, Will's Fifth Quarter Sports Talk. The link will be in another post after this video on my Facebook. So I'm gonna give you guys my takes a little bit, and then I want to hear what you guys have to say. So just getting into it right now, it's a really surprise move, but I guess the timing of it is surprising. You know, a lot of people wondered when, in terms of timing, the move would take place. You know, it takes a long time, depending on the team or the person they're talking to, especially with COVID-19. It's really impacted, as a whole, the entire idea of going and interviewing somebody for a position, you know, having another interview. It's not in-person interviews, it's video interviews right now, just because of what's going on. So I think another thing we're going to get to that was definitely talked about in the media is how the Bulls apparently didn't target a African American candidate, but you know you have to choose who's best for the job. It doesn't matter race or ethnicity. You choose who's best for the job, and the Bulls are doing that. And they also just broke news in Chicago media. One of the reporters talked about it, that the Chicago Bulls are talking to a former Bulls player, played for a year or two on the Bulls, works in the Oklahoma City organization front office, Nazir Muhammad. So looks like they are targeting somebody of African American descent. You know, it's all about diversity in the league in sports today. So, you know, a lot of fans are going to have their opinions, and that's their right to it. But my take is you hire the guy that's best for the job. Bulls don't have anything against, you know, a specific race or ethnicity in the positions. They're just hiring who they think is best for the job. So just talking about Karnisovas, he brings a lot of experience, you know, and as I found out about the report late last night, I stayed up a little bit. I wanted to read a little bit more about this guy. You know, it's a really exciting thing for Bulls fans to find this out. You know, we want to hear as much as we can about our new executive VP, just so we know what to expect and what can happen. So Karnisovas played college basketball over at Seton Hall. You know, he came over from Lithuania, and they talked about it on the air a little bit. If you haven't listened to Cap and Company before in the mornings over here in Chicago at ESPN 1000, go check it out. They were talking about this, how he had to learn the language a little bit, and he, you know, was told, hey, you got to really learn English well if you want to be able to play college ball here. So he did, and he took it to another level, and next thing you know, he's going to teams like the Houston Rockets, working as a scout for well-known GM in the NBA right now, Daryl Morey, and you're also seeing him and what he did with the Denver Nuggets. I mean, you think of the names, it's a long laundry list just how good that team is now because of what he did. You know, and I'm looking at some of the deals that he made as the general manager and assistant general manager of the Denver Nuggets during the period of 2013 to obviously last night when he finally was offered a job with the Chicago Bulls, getting a promotion in another organization as executive VP. So, you know, he got players like Jamal Murray in the draft and bringing over players. You know, you trade Aaron Aflalo, who was a good piece on that team for a number of years, and, you know, he was declining in his playing ability. So you go and trade him for Will Barton, an underrated player that's become really good for this team now, and a first-round pick. You know, you made the deal that sent Timothy Mozgov to the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2016 for 2 first-round picks. So he's made some good moves. You know, it's all about scouting, analytics today in the modern NBA, and how you look for the players, how you get the right trades to fit your organization and what you're looking for, what fits your team's strategy. So I think that's going to be really exciting to see somebody with that experience. Now, granted, I'm not shooting down that John Paxson didn't have experience scouting players and doing things as executive VP, but he wasn't doing the best job for the Bulls with the NBA as modernized as it is now. He wasn't fitting the modern style of today's NBA in the last 4 or 5 years. He fit the past of the NBA, you know, and Karnisovas, I think, is going to bring a really exciting presence. I know David Kaplan was quoted talking to a few well-respected people in the NBA, and he says this guy's smart, intelligent, and just reading up on him as a whole, seeing some of the interviews. I mean, YouTube's accessible, guys, so I'm seeing interviews that he did on YouTube, and it's just, you see his charisma. You see how hardworking he is. You know, he's working his way up from lower roles up to the higher point. And I love seeing that in sports today. You know, a guy getting his chance like he's going to get with the Bulls. And the questions are going to be as they move forward, who are we going to get as general manager? As I mentioned, Nazem Muhammad's a name. They're talking about coaches already. Daniel Greenberg and a few other people in Chicago media have been talking in the sports side and Twitter already about coaching ideas and who they think might fit their names. Are throwing out like Kenny Atkinson's a name. The question is also, that goes into that one, is Jim Boylen still going to be the coach of the Chicago Bulls when the NBA resumes from its hiatus? We'll find out. You know, it's definitely going to be interesting because once you have one piece now, as the Bulls do, and their new executive VP, they have to figure, okay, where are Paxson and Foreman going to go? A lot of people were saying that they were going to stay in advisory roles. We don't know yet. We're going to find that out. So I think it's just interesting how this is going to happen. You know, with this hiatus going on in the NBA due to the serious and scary COVID-19 global pandemic, it is allowing the Chicago Bulls to negotiate and talk to these people in various organizations and to find what they're looking for. So I wish him nothing but the best. You know, we at Will's Fifth Quarter Special welcome the new Bulls executive VP, Arturas Karnisovas, to the Chicago Bulls and the organization. Cannot wait to see what he does with this team. You know, you got young players like Lauri Markkanen, Wendell Carter, and Kobe White, a veteran in Zach LaVine. Daniel Gafford's another good name. You got a lot of good young players on this team, and we saw what he did over in Denver. He can work his magic hopefully over here in Chicago. I'll keep you guys posted. We at Will's Fifth Quarter Special will continue to keep you guys posted as things continue to unfold in this period for the Chicago Bulls. And, you know, if we hear anything about general manager hire, we're going to have some more content coming out about that, the coaching staff affecting, and players and such as a whole. So all things Chicago Bulls. More coming up with the Bears as well with the NFL draft and free agency. We're going to do a special thing about that moving forward. But I want to wish you guys the best during this COVID-19 pandemic as well. Representing Will's Fifth Quarter Special here, we want to wish you guys nothing but the best of safety and good health with your families. Follow the stay-at-home orders. It's really working so far, and we can only do the best we can. And we got to take it one day at a time as one. So we at Will's Fifth Quarter Special will continue to bring out good content as COVID-19 can't stop us here. So great news for the Bulls. Go read at willsfifthquarterspecial.com if you haven't yet. Our blog, Will's Fifth Quarter Sports Talk, is a new post all on my takes about the Bulls' hiring of Arturas Karnisovas. So when the fourth quarter buzzer sounds, turn to us for your Fifth Quarter Sports Talk. I'm your host and creator of Will's Fifth Quarter Special, Will Farrell, saying stay safe, go stream something fun, go Bulls, and so long from this emergency Facebook Live of Will's Fifth Quarter Special. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys.